Evelyn Carter had built her empire from glass, steel, and sleepless nights. Her name was whispered in boardrooms and printed across the covers of magazines. Evelyn Carter, the visionary CEO of Carter Innovations. She had everything she thought mattered. A corner office above the clouds, power, respect, and a net worth most people only dreamed of. But success came with a cost, one she paid every day in silence. Her 7-year-old daughter, Lily, had been born perfect, 10 tiny fingers, 10 tiny toes, and a laugh that could melt ice. But a high fever at 11 months old changed everything. By the time Evelyn realized the damage, the doctors told her that Lily's hearing was gone, irreversibly. At first, Evelyn threw herself into finding a cure. Specialists, surgeries, experimental treatments, she tried it all. But nothing brought the sound of her daughter's laughter back. Eventually, she stopped trying. She told herself she was too busy to grieve, too busy to slow down. She would give Lily the best life money could buy: tutors, therapists, private schools. But what Lily needed most, her mother's time, Evelyn had the least of. That Friday evening, Evelyn tried to change that. "Lily, sweetie, put on your blue dress," she said softly as she entered her daughter's room. "We're going to have dinner together. Just you and me." Lily looked up from her coloring book, her big hazel eyes curious. She nodded but didn't smile. Evelyn felt the familiar ache in her chest. Once upon a time, Lily's smiles came easily. Now they were rare, small treasures Evelyn didn't know how to earn anymore. The restaurant Evelyn chose, Le Vivre Bleu, was the kind of place where crystal glasses sparkled like diamonds and soft piano music floated in the air. It was elegant, quiet, and, Evelyn hoped, perfect for reconnecting. As they entered, the maitre d' recognized her instantly. "Ms. Carter, your table is ready." Evelyn smiled politely and guided Lily by the hand to a corner table by the window. The city glittered below, but the silence between them was louder than anything outside. When the waiter handed over the menus, Evelyn tried to make small talk, even though she knew Lily couldn't hear. She exaggerated her lip movements, hoping her daughter would understand. "What do you want to eat, sweetheart?" "Pasta." Lily tilted her head, her little fingers twitching as if wanting to reply, but she stayed silent. She pointed to a picture on the menu instead. "Macaroni and cheese." "Got it." Evelyn smiled, but it felt forced. Minutes passed. Evelyn checked her phone, then guiltily set it face down. She tried again. "School okay today?" she asked, mouthing the words. Lily nodded faintly, then went back to tracing patterns on the tablecloth with her finger. Evelyn sighed inwardly. She'd spent years mastering business negotiations, but somehow, communicating with her own child felt impossible. As they waited for their food, Evelyn noticed a small boy at a nearby table. He was around Lily's age, laughing quietly as his father helped him cut his food. The man looked about mid-30s, dressed casually in a soft gray sweater. His demeanor was calm, his presence warm. The kind of warmth Evelyn hadn't felt in years. Then something caught her attention. The man was moving his hands. Not random gestures, purposeful movements, fluid and expressive. He was signing. Lily's eyes widened instantly. She froze, her fork halfway to her mouth. Evelyn watched as her daughter's expression changed from curiosity to wonder. Before Evelyn could ask, Lily slowly lifted her hands and signed something back, hesitant at first, then faster. Her face lit up like sunrise. The man noticed. He turned with a surprised smile and signed something back, his movements graceful, confident. Evelyn blinked in confusion. "Lily," she whispered, watching her daughter's animated expressions, her hands dancing with excitement. For the first time all evening, maybe for the first time in months, Lily was alive. The man gave Evelyn a polite nod before speaking aloud. "I hope you don't mind," he said gently. "Your daughter signs beautifully." Evelyn stared, still stunned. You know sign language?" He smiled. "Yes. My son's deaf too. We use it all the time." The little boy beside him waved at Lily, signing something Evelyn didn't understand. Lily beamed, responding eagerly. "They're talking," Evelyn murmured in disbelief. "They are," the man said kindly. "Kids who sign pick it up fast. It's their world." Evelyn smiled weakly. "I've tried to learn," she admitted. "But it's hard to keep up with everything, and she seems so quiet." The man finished softly. She's not quiet. You just can't hear her. The words hit harder than she expected. Evelyn blinked rapidly, her throat tight. The waiter arrived with their meals, but Lily barely touched her food. She and the boy, Noah, the man called him, were deep in conversation, their hands flying through the air like graceful wings. Evelyn didn't understand a single word, but she understood everything. Her daughter was laughing. Not a polite smile, not a silent nod, a real laugh, breathy and bright, the kind Evelyn thought she'd lost forever. She turned back to the man. I'm Evelyn, she said quietly. Evelyn Carter. He smiled. Jack Turner. I teach special education, mostly deaf and hard of hearing kids. Evelyn felt an unexpected warmth in her chest. That explains why you're so fluent. Jack shrugged. I had to learn. My wife passed away 3 years ago. Noah doesn't talk much, so signing became our life. Our bond. I'm sorry, she said softly. He nodded. It's okay. Life teaches you to listen differently when you lose something. Evelyn glanced at Lily, her heart aching with realization. I guess I haven't been listening at all. Jack smiled. You can start now. They talked for a while. About Lily's school, sign language, and the challenges of balancing work and parenthood. Evelyn found herself relaxing for the first time in months. Jack's voice was calm, grounding, and every time Lily laughed, Evelyn felt something inside her mend a little. When the evening ended, Lily hugged Noah goodbye. Then, to Evelyn's astonishment, she turned to her mother and signed something, slowly, carefully. Evelyn didn't know what it meant. But she didn't need to. Jack translated softly, smiling. She said, I had fun tonight. Evelyn's heart swelled. She knelt, signing back the only word she knew, love. Lily's eyes sparkled, and she hugged her tightly. As they left the restaurant, Evelyn looked back one last time. Jack and Noah waved. For the first time in a long while, Evelyn didn't feel like the powerful CEO everyone admired. She just felt like a mother who had finally heard her daughter, not with her ears, but with her heart. The night at La Vivre Blue stayed in Evelyn's heart like a melody she couldn't forget. Days passed, but the image of Lily's radiant smile, her hands moving freely, her laughter alive, haunted Evelyn in the best way. She replayed it during board meetings, in the backseat of her chauffeured car, even while signing off multi-million-dollar deals. For years she had believed her daughter lived in silence. Now she understood. It was Evelyn who hadn't been listening. That weekend, Evelyn sat on the living room floor, her laptop open to an online sign language course. She felt ridiculous at first, moving her hands awkwardly in front of the screen, repeating phrases she barely understood. But Lily peeked in, curious, then joined her. The little girl giggled as Evelyn signed something wrong, correcting her gently, her small hands guiding her mother's clumsy ones. For the first time, the house wasn't silent. It was alive, full of expressions, smiles, and laughter that needed no sound. Still, Evelyn wanted to do more. She picked up her phone and sent a message. Greater than hi, Jack. It's Evelyn. I wanted to thank you again. Lily hasn't stopped smiling since that night. She hesitated before hitting send. He replied a few minutes later. Greater than that's the magic of being understood. You're doing great, Evelyn. After a short pause, another message appeared. Greater than if you want, I could teach you both properly. Sometimes it helps to learn together. Evelyn smiled for the first time in days. Greater than we'd love that. Jack began visiting their home every few days after work. He'd bring Noah, and soon, the two children became inseparable, playing charades, drawing pictures, inventing silent games only they understood. Evelyn watched in wonder as Jack taught them both new signs. He was patient, his movements precise, his smile kind. There was no judgment when Evelyn forgot a sign or mixed up a gesture. You're not just learning a language, he'd remind her softly. You're learning how to see people differently. Under his guidance, Evelyn's confidence grew. She learned to say, good morning, beautiful, and, I love you, in sign. Lily began teaching her words she'd never known before. Dream, brave, forever. The bond between mother and daughter deepened quietly but powerfully. Evelyn found herself scheduling fewer late meetings, leaving work early just to spend time with Lily. For the first time, Carter Innovations didn't feel like her only legacy. But as her personal life blossomed, the professional world began to notice the change. "Ms. Carter, you seem distracted lately," said Robert Lang, one of her senior board members, during a strategy meeting. "You're missing calls, rescheduling clients. Everything okay?" Evelyn offered a calm smile. "Everything's fine, Robert. I've just realized there are more important meetings I can't afford to miss." Robert frowned, confused. "With who?" She smiled knowingly. "My daughter. Weeks later, Carter Innovations hosted its annual Family Day, an event for employees and their children. Evelyn invited Jack and Noah to join. When they arrived, Lily ran straight to Noah, their hands flying with excitement. Jack followed, wearing his usual warm grin. "Are you sure about this?" he teased. "Me at a corporate event? I don't even own a tie." Evelyn laughed. "Trust me, Jack, you'll fit in better than half the people here." He looked around. Children running, employees chatting, balloons everywhere, and nodded. "Maybe you're right." The afternoon was perfect. Jack volunteered to help organize the kids' art corner, guiding them with calm patience. Evelyn couldn't stop watching him. The way he knelt to listen to every child, how his eyes softened when he looked at Lily, it stirred something deep inside her, something she hadn't felt in years. Later that day, she found him on the balcony, gazing at the skyline. "You're a natural," she said. "Those kids adore you." He chuckled. "Maybe. Or maybe they just sense I'm one of them, a little lost but still learning." Evelyn leaned against the railing. "You make it sound easy." "It's not," he said softly. "But connection rarely is. You just have to show up. Every day, even when it's hard." Evelyn turned to him, her voice quiet. "That's what I never did before. I thought providing was enough." Jack met her gaze. "It's never too late to learn a new language, especially the language of love." Their eyes locked. For a moment, the city lights blurred behind them, and all Evelyn could see was the man who'd given her back her daughter's smile. 2 months later came the Carter Gala, the biggest corporate event of the year. It was her world, the world of power, investors, and high society. She almost didn't invite Jack, afraid he'd feel out of place, but he showed up anyway, dressed in a simple black suit, looking confident yet humble. Lily and Noah attended too, their hands whispering secrets only they could understand. Everything was going perfectly until one of Evelyn's board members, Robert Lang, approached her during the speech. His tone was sharp, his smile fake. "Impressive event, as always," he said, holding his champagne. "Though I must say, your recent distractions are showing. That man you brought, not exactly company material, is he?" Evelyn's jaw tightened. "He's a friend," Robert smirked. "A friend who teaches sign language. Rather ironic, don't you think? The tech mogul who can't even communicate with her own child." The words hit like a slap. The room went quiet. Before Evelyn could respond, Jack, who had overheard, stepped forward. His expression was calm, but his voice carried strength. "With all due respect, Mr. Lang," he said evenly, "you couldn't be more wrong. Evelyn communicates better than anyone I've ever met. She listens, not with her ears, but with her heart. That's what her daughter feels. That's what real leadership is." A ripple of silence spread across the ballroom. Then, unexpectedly, applause broke out. Someone started clapping, then another, until the entire room was echoing with appreciation. Robert stepped back, red-faced. Evelyn stood frozen, her heart pounding. After the event, she found Jack outside by the fountain, where the night air was cool and calm. "You didn't have to defend me," she said softly. He smiled. "I didn't do it for you. I did it for Lily. She deserves a mom who knows she's enough." Tears filled her eyes. "You've changed our lives, Jack. I don't even know how to thank you." "You already have," he said. "Every time you sign to her. Every time you listen." Evelyn hesitated, then slowly lifted her hands. She signed, carefully but clearly. "Thank you for hearing us." Jack's expression softened. He replied with 3 words she now understood without translation. "Always. I promise." A year later, Carter Innovations unveiled a groundbreaking new program, Project Silent Voices, a line of affordable smart devices designed to help hearing-impaired children communicate more easily. The initiative was inspired by Lily, who stood proudly on stage beside her mother, cutting the ribbon with a bright smile. The cameras flashed as reporters captured the moment. Lily turned to the crowd and signed, "We can all be heard, if someone learns to listen." Jack, standing beside Noah in the audience, watched with pride. Evelyn met his gaze and smiled. He signed to her from across the room. "Proud of you," she signed back, her heart full. "Of us." And in that beautiful, silent exchange, Evelyn realized something she had never truly understood before. Love doesn't always need words. Sometimes, the loudest conversations are spoken in silence.